afternoon, and thanks for joining us on a brand new episode of QC Life. She's Jana Angel. I'm Jorge Andres, and we've made it to the middle of the week.
That's right. Happy hump day, everybody. Got lots going on in the studio today to give you some insight into your weekend plans, maybe what you're going to have for dinner tonight, and lots of local love coming your way. But first, we want to make sure we invite you to join in on the conversation. Head on over to WBTV.com/vote, or you can scan this handy-dandy QR code that we always have here to weigh in on the conversation.
We've got a great social question for you to jump in on. It is, if you could have any unique pet for a day, what would it be, Miss Jana? What would it be? I feel like you'll have all the pets in the house.
I know. I would just say all pets. So we did want to add a caveat to this. Jorge and I were like, okay, if it wasn't going to eat you or bite you, so let your imagination run wild. I think just because it would be something I would be less likely to get really close to, I would love to have like a big, giant alligator that could because it's like something that in the wild, there are lots of animals that I'd probably risk it for the biscuit and go pet it in the wild. Like 100% I will die being eaten by a tiger or something, because I'll think for a second that I'm a Disney princess and I'll be like, no, it knows how I feel. And it was like,
yeah, no, be careful with that.
But an alligator or a crocodile, I'm going to be like, finger guns from over here.
Nope, only on my shoes.
Yeah, but I would just love it if I could just be like, oh, this is Crocky, like, or, you know, this is Gail the Gator. Like, this would just be fun.
You named it Crocky. I like it.
Alligator or crocodile, I'm open.
Okay, very good. I would say, again, make sure it doesn't eat me. Make sure it doesn't claw me to death. Then I would go probably like white tiger, something super cool. Or my favorite animal of all time is elephants. I love elephants. You know, I could just kind of like ride it around the city. You know, probably not the city, but you know what I mean.
You can at least ride it to work. You coming in from Valentine, like, this sounds great.
Yeah, I would say elephant with the floppy ears.
I think that would be great. Yeah. So I went crocodile or alligator because I just don't think I have as likely of a chance to make that a pet. In my delusional, animal-loving brain, I could probably make an elephant.
Well, yeah, haven't you ever seen like the baby elephants, how cute they are? Yeah. They're like so tiny and round with the big floppy ears.
We could totally keep one in the parking lot.
And then tiger's the same. Like if you get him as like a little baby, he's like a large cat.
Now, one that I do think I have a future having is a raccoon. I have a solid chance. I'd love to have a raccoon.
He's always got like jazz gloves going.
Yeah,
that's the best.
And how they're just bellies out. Yeah. It's like me on a Sunday afternoon.
You caught me. Well, we want to know what you think, so make sure you log on to WBTV.com/vote or scan that QR code throughout the program to make sure you answer. There's a reason we're asking you this question. All right, a couple of stories to share with you guys. One that we talked about in the production meeting. You know me, I'm either all about technology or all against technology. One of the two, especially AI, that kind of scares me. But one thing that I thought was pretty cool, that there was some history made just recently. We talk about planes, trains, and automobiles. Well, how about we've seen the automobiles that are all electric? How about an airplane? Well, an airplane made a historic landing, an all-electric airplane that is. Look, it's a rather strange-looking plane, sure, but it made history on Tuesday as it carried passengers to a commercial airport. The plane from Beta Technologies flew about 45 minutes from East Hampton to JFK International Airport. Kyle Clark, who founded the company, flew the plane himself, and it said it only took about $8 of electricity to make that journey from the Hamptons to JFK. Again, 45 minutes, but is this step one? It may be multiple steps of all-electric aviation, if you will. Again, we're looking at more sustainable ways to continue what we do, especially with travel as a society. We see the planes. Listen, I think it's a great conversation. I don't know if I'm jumping on the one from New York to LAX right now, but maybe in the near future, that could be something, or even if it was something kind of like what we see with helicopters, where it's short distances only, but still $8 for electricity versus the amounts of money that people spend on fuel for that form of transportation, I think is a huge, huge, huge success. And this, my friends, is when I love technology, because